Have you ever infected someone uh, after having sex with unknown men to you? Did you feel ashamed? Did everything around you remind you of what you did? Did you have any shameful experience in sex that was one time thing or maybe a repeatable, recurring thing? Well, if so, then I think this video is for you. And let me just start with a little bit of a story about my general topic, that was fungus. So for a long time I suffered from nail fungus, and I kept infecting people with my nail fungus too. And that lasted for years, and I was really ashamed of it. So yeah, I would hide it. I would never say I had it. And I also had dandruff, which is also the type of fungus. And once I had this sexual intercourse with this unknown man who infected me with something. Well, my main suspicion later on was that it was vagina fungus. And not only, I have yet one more possible option, and I talk about it more in identities, nail identity, but nail fungus was probably there too. And when the longer I think about it, the more sense it makes. Is, I used to live for many years in a flat that had mold in the walls, and I also used to get sweets or a salad or something, with food that was actually ready to be thrown away. So it happened, I would have a biscuit, and that biscuit would be covered with mold. And then once you have it in your system, once you have it in your body, and it's really hard to get rid of it. So, what I meant that everything around you reminds you of this one thing that you did. Like any type of the problem I would have, the disease I would have, would be something visible, something on my body, something on my skin. Like I would have these goosebumps after the infection, and that was visible. And whenever that appeared, I just was like, oh, someone will think that I am infectious. Or, I developed under my left almost armpit some red spots, and I learned that was Lindor, that used to come with and cover your entire body. But I was lucky that I have it only in the part of my arm. And I also learned that it never goes away, but it disappeared on its own. So I also developed something on my ankle that was an open injury, and years later that was yet again left area of armpit and arm, sorry, and then a left ankle. So that was an open injury. And years later, I have learned that witches, were identified with open injuries. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I'm not a witch. I'm sure about it. I was surrounded by them. Yeah. Okay. So, when I looked at the type of diseases I was suffering from, and then, for one moment in time when selling tickets, I developed skin atopy, like just in, on my two fingers. And then when selling tickets, each and every time I would give something to someone, the ticket, hand in, I would have a feeling that they are scared of taking that ticket from me. And I would have thoughts circulating around what I did, around infecting uh, people around me. So therefore, I started with the question, like, have you ever did something that you were ashamed of and that would be connected with sex? Because that area is covered with a lot of silence, especially if we cross the line in any possible way, or especially if somebody crosses the line when violating our boundaries. So, well, I have created a course called Amelia, and it's about identities of victims of sexual abuse and abusers. And the reason why I have created this is because I was exposed to, I was, so to say, handed in or given, observations, insights, stories of people who were in my environment. And what I have to tell you is that, this area is covered with a lot of silence, and the only way to break the circle is to actually to start talking about it. That's the very first step. And this area is, also covered and soaked in with a lot of manipulation and with a lot of control on the parts of abusers and a lot of mind games that would be even based on creating your identity as, a woman from a film like Milagros, who comes like as three women, or Lolita, who is the one who actually supposedly instigate the contact and is the one who is told you wanted it, you provoked it, you took the money for it, you took the sweets for it. So actually, if only we would start talking about it, then we would learn that a lot of people in our own environment experience similar thing. So once I grasped those patterns, I put them together in a course, and I think that course brings some understanding, some relief, and maybe some better acceptance. Because a lot of the question with the abuse is about, am I normal? Like, if I let it happen, if I never told my mom, if I never called the police, if I never, announced it anyhow, if I never protested, am I normal? If that was someone from my family, my father, my uncle, am I normal? So a lot of that is psychological game manipulation, and a lot of the question of if that's sick, not sick. And once you start understanding the mechanism that was applied on you, then it will be easy for you to accept yourself, to understand, to feel some relief, and to start talking about it, which is the only way to break the circle. Because otherwise it's very possible that your family dynamics, you will build a similar family dynamics for your child, and the same thing will happen, and you will most likely miss on that. My course is also very accessible. It still goes for $4, only $4, and I put the link in the description of this film, and you can also find it on my website, Prosiaczek at weebly@.com, and it's always on my Instagram account too. So go grab the course, and and learn. So if you like this video, please like it. If you like this video, please share it, and have a wonderful day, everyone.